ground. And so I would ask everyone to actually sit still and just begin to feel their feet down on the ground. And then from here, just feel your hips really pressing down on the chair. And feel that sense of grounding, that centering, and allow for your spine to be very long and fluid, coming all the way up into the ceiling. And then you could close your eyes or just begin to breathe in and out through your nose, calmly, rhythmically, with control, just in a very relaxed way. And then allow for everything in your body to be completely relaxed, from the top of your head, your forehead, your nose, your neck, the upper back, middle back, lower back, all the way into your feet, completely relaxed. And then from here, just have an open mind for today and know that you are here for a reason. This was by not an accident. Nothing is random, and would love for you to really listen to this talk. And maybe set an intention of what it is that you would like to learn and that it be manifested in your life. So with that, another breath in and breath out. And let's begin. Hi everyone again, my name is Jayme. How did that feel? Did that feel good? Yes, especially after walking around, malling, and shopping. So my talk is about weight release and being your perfect weight. My name is Jayme Timbol. I'm representing Yoga Plus. I'm going to talk about weight very differently than maybe the other speakers have already talked about, but there is commonality in what we talk about. I'm going to look at weight inside out. So beginning with the power of our thoughts and how our thoughts affect the weight we are, and then also moving into emotional, energetic, and lastly into physical, such as food and everything else that contribute to weight. And then we'll talk about yoga as well in the end. So I have my friend McCrae with me, a student of mine who's been journeying with me on weight release. So this is a picture of me about 10 years ago when I was modeling. And a lot of the speakers here today said in the past when they were younger, they were a little bit bigger. I didn't have that issue. I was possibly genetically predisposed to be skinny. And so I was predisposed to be skinny and thin. And so modeling became really easy to do for me. And I did get a lot of different types of work and also really enjoyed modeling. So in the beginning, I was really this skinny and tall person. So you will see here just different pictures of me doing modeling. And just really, at that time, I didn't really think about what I was eating. I didn't think about any kind of activities or exercises that I would be doing. It just became natural, and that's just how it was at that time. And so that was many years ago, and then I moved to the States, and suddenly something happened. So from being this really skinny and tall girl, I became this. I know. So I don't know if, the pumpkin's reaction was, oh my, what happened there? So I think I still look kind of cute because I was a little bit pudgy, but something different happened there. And if you see here, I moved to Salt Lake, which is a relatively cooler country, and I needed to be warmer. And so a lot of people when I moved to the States said, you're so skinny, you will not have any kind of insulation or any kind of padding when winter will come. You'll just be, really, really cold. And I was vegan and I was really living a healthy life. I was running a lot, but still I gained weight and I didn't understand why. So for me, it was a really big question, but all I knew at that time was the fact that people were saying that, to live in a country, to live in a state as cold as Utah, you need to pack some meat into your bones because otherwise you're not going to be surviving. And then I went to Canada and I visited different Canadian cities, and you could see here progressively gaining more weight. So I was with my friends from different countries, and we would go on tours. I was still very active. I was still vegan, but for some reason, the weight kept on gaining. I just didn't understand why, because if you thought about it, I would have been healthier. I would have been skinnier or more slender or stronger, but for some reason, it was not happening. So, and this is me again in Malaysia, so you could still see how I was still that weight, and very different from how it is when it all started, which was this. So when I was this, I was not doing anything at all. No effort, and also no changes in diet, no exercise. When I moved to a cold country, I became this, and that's the only thing I could attribute it to and not know really the reason why. So I'm coming from the yoga and meditation background, so I had to really think about what's causing the weight gain for me, because it's not only affecting how others see me, but it has affected the way I thought about myself. And so how many of you have had meditation experience? Great. So it is a way for calming the mind and then also going within to be mindful and then also activate waves in the brain to allow for you to really deeply connect with yourself, with your breath, and with spirit or God. So I had to really think about and meditate as to why I was gaining some weight with no explanation. And then I came into yoga. So this was me when I first started yoga. This was about 5 years ago. This picture is by no way perfect, but I really like this picture because I was at a point in my life where I was doing everything that I could in terms of eating healthy, and then I was also exercising so much, but I was gaining a lot of weight. And what really changed for me was the fact that I came into a yoga studio, which was hot yoga, and did it every single day. And then from there, I saw a lot of changes in me, and I went back to who I was right before I moved to a really cold country, a really cold state like Utah, and also moved around a lot of different colder countries. So the other thing that I continue to do is just eating a lot of vegetables. This is a picture from Holy Carabao and their offering. I kept on having a vegetarian diet, and Raj Tolentino was here and Ida Paras was here as well, talking about different types of diet. I think we need to be open to the different types of diet that everyone has, and experiment and try it out and see what works for us. So for me, I kept on having a really very healthy vegetarian diet because it has worked for me, and I know that it has contributed in me releasing a lot of weight and coming back into my normal weight. And then I decided yoga has changed my life. That was 5 years of yoga, and then I came back to the Philippines and I decided to learn how to teach yoga. So now I have become a registered yoga teacher with Yoga Plus, and that has significantly changed my life as well, because I believe in yoga. It has completely changed me, and I wanted to share this passion to all, and then also share how yoga could change your life. So this is just a picture of my students in a hot class. So a hot class is a 90-minute class where you get to really sweat it out, but it feels so good right afterwards because you release a lot of toxins, a lot of gunk, and then also pollutants from your body, and then also you release excess weight or fat that you don't need in your body. And this is another class that I teach. This was not my class, this was at Global Mala. One of our instructors, Donna Tumakderes-Daban, actually taught this class, but I wanted to show it because it's a different type of yoga. This one is a little bit more slow, steady, and chill, because there are different types of yoga. I think a lot of people think yoga is just a particular type, but there's actually many different types of yoga. So the reason I'm here is because I really wanted for us to think about weight differently, think about it more inside out. So is it really just about the diet? Is it really just about the exercise? I would say no, it's not really just about that. It's actually starting from our thoughts. How do you think about weight? The most common reason for being overweight are three things. One of your family members is overweight, and subconsciously you think you have to be the same. Second reason is that you wanted to feel safe and protected, that you just wanted to be present and grounded where you are. And when you're feeling not safe, as humans, we typically pack on weight. That's how our subconscious try to make us feel protected. And then the third is it could be genetics. That's also possible. But if you think about it, from the background that we're coming from, which is yoga and meditation, we create our own reality, and we have the opportunity to actually change whatever it is that is our current condition. So if weight is one of the things that we want to change, we could actually do that, and you have the power in you to make that happen. So how is that possible? Body-mind connection. First, you have to think that to become that. What I'm saying is not new. A lot of you have heard it, but tackling it a little bit more differently. Before it becomes manifest in the physical, before your weight that you are, you have thought about that already in your subconscious. Our subconscious actually runs 90% of our lives, whether we know it or not. And it's consistently creating situations in our life that create our reality, whether we know it or not as well. So there will be trends, there will be patterns, there will be things that you continue to create over and over and over again, because at very deep levels in your subconscious, that's what you actually believe to be true. And this is the same with weight. So if, for example, you are all of the above, which is for me, so as I mentioned, genetically not predisposed to being overweight, but I became overweight. But why could that be? And then the reason is I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel protected in a place where I didn't have family, in a place where it was really cold, in a place where everyone was telling me I had to pack on weight so that I could live through the winter. And suddenly those thoughts began to be my thoughts, even if they're just environmental around me. So I begin to integrate them into what I'm thinking about myself, and before you know it, I start packing on weight. So that's one thing. The other thing, as I mentioned, is what does the Buddha look like in the Chinese religion? If you see a Buddha, what does the Buddha look like? The Buddha is happy, big, and overweight, right? So the Buddha has a big, big belly. So culturally, we think if you are actually overweight, that you are what? Wealthy, prosperous, happy, what else? Rich, healthy, exactly. When you see a skinny baby, what do you say? Oh my gosh, that baby has malnutrition. You need to make the baby a little bit bigger, right? And so it's the same. So we carry that culturally, and before you know it, it becomes integrated into who you are, and it becomes who you are. And so you think, okay, you know what? Everyone's saying that, so maybe I should be that, and I should be really this particular weight. But it really starts with the thoughts. It goes back into how you think about your relationships. If you're in a relationship with someone, is it possible that you're the weight that you are because you think it would be more safe that you are the weight that you are so that you could stay in that relationship? How about your relationship with food? When you grew up, did people say food was bad? Or when you grew up, did people say food was nutritious and it's actually good for you? And it could be your relationship with how you feel about your body and how you feel about yourself. So when I ask you, do you love yourself? Do you love yourself? Yes. Can we honestly and authentically say we do love ourselves and we do love our bodies with all of the flaws that is in our body? Can we say that? So not a lot of people could say that, because the moment they look in the mirror, they have something to criticize about themselves. A lot of the a lot of the negativity that's coming out about how we think about ourselves is coming from ourselves. So the moment we look into the mirror, we're like, oh my gosh, that hair is a little bit out of place, or my nose is not tall enough, or I'm not tall enough, I'm not skinny enough. So it's coming from a lot of negative self-talk, and that's actually contributing to the weight that you become, right? So the more negative you are, obviously, the more that your body's trying to protect you, and then the more weight that you gain. So it really starts from thoughts. And then the other thing is, how do you feel about beauty? So in the Mediterranean times, to be beautiful, in all of the Italian paintings in the Renaissance period, the women are actually bigger, yes? And so the bigger they are, the more voluptuous they are, the more curvy they are, the more beautiful they are. And so this all contributes to the way we think about weight and how we also feel about weight. I'm going to go into emotions and energy. So would you believe me if I told you that all of us, a lot of the weight that we're carrying sometimes that we could not release is related to emotions and then also energy? Maybe not a lot of people here know that, but whenever you feel negative about yourself or others, whenever you feel angry, frustrated, whenever you feel that you have a lot of regrets, resentment, regrets, anger, sadness, sorrow, heartbreaks, all kinds of negativity actually impact our weight, whether we know it or not. And then also it impacts the organs in the body that in turn impact our weight, because if there's no chi, prana, or energy that flows freely in the body, the weight will be impacted. And all of those emotions are housed in our organs and affect the way we are in our body. And so emotions and energy and how you feel about others and how you feel about yourself, whether you know it or not, actually affect the weight you are. I'm going to be talking about detox, and a lot of the other speakers have spoken a lot about the types of different diets that we could try, and also detoxing and cleansing. If you would like to release weight, there are some vitamins and then also things that you could take in to help you with that. The reason for that is the moment that you start releasing weight, in the beginning, it feels good. Like you start exercising, you go to a yoga class, you go to CrossFit, you go to the gym in the beginning, wow, 10 days, I really feel good. I really want to do this. And then you start losing water weight, which is about 10 pounds. And then you're like, oh gosh, this feels so, wait, this actually hurts. My body hurts. I feel really bad. I'm not really sure if I could exercise anymore. And I don't really know if I still want to go to yoga or continue with CrossFit or do whatever. I just really feel bad. Like I feel it in my body. I feel like I got hit by a truck. I just really don't feel good about continuing anymore. The reason for that is our fat cells actually contain a lot of toxins. And so when they're released, that gets released into the system. And so before we could feel better about exercising and doing a lot of movement, we will feel bad. And so this is called a detox period where you just need to weather it out. And by the time you weather it out, you could get to a very consistent and habitual practice. So what are some of the supplements that could help you? Some of them are available here. Omega-3 fatty acids, flaxseed oil, coconut oil, a lot of natural produce like avocado and nuts. And then quinoa is also very good, but there are a lot of natural supplements that help. ALA, or alpha lipoic acid, that actually helps our liver release glutathione, is actually really good too. Apple cider vinegar is another supplement that's very good. And then vitamin E as well is really good. So as you're planning on releasing weight, ingest more of these supplements in your body so the body's not shocked and could actually help you release more and more weight organically and naturally. And then I would also encourage you to consult an integrative doctor or specialist who do a lot of work on detox, so you could find out what's really best for your body type and then also according to your medical condition. So I would encourage everything that you do that you consult with a professional or a specialist, so you're not doing it on your own. You have people who've done this, who know what they're doing, and could also give you very good advice. What is your relationship with food? Do you think food is bad or food is good? Everyone's smiling. Is it good or is it bad? Good, very good. But do you think subconsciously you think food is good or bad? You don't know. Right, so the way we think about food varies, right? So we're beginning to form opinions ever since we're little. From the time that you're a child up until the moment you grow up, oh, no, that food is really bad for you, this food is really good. So you form opinions about food. But what if in general you feel that food is actually really good for you, that it's very nutritious and it's there to help you be strong, slender, and then also be the best health and be the perfect weight that you are? Then you will have a different relationship with food. Before you take in any supplements, vitamins, or even before food or any products, coming from a meditation and yoga background, I would also suggest that you bless it. You bless it. And I think a lot of Filipinos do that because we're coming from a Christian background. We typically have a very conscious effort to bless everything that we take in into our body. But what if you do that consciously for everything that you ingest? Be it supplements, be it vitamins, be it every natural or anything that you take on into your body, you actually bless it first. From the moment that it was produced or created or it was a seed up until that moment that it grew to the point that where it was harvested and reaped, from the time that it is at its present state and future to just really properly be digested by your body and be there for your highest and best. And you would see that your relationship with food becomes different because you will have respect for food, and that food will behave differently in your body because food has consciousness as well. Supplements have consciousness as well. Everything we take in into our body have consciousness. But if you are believing that whatever it is you take in into your body brings your highest and best, then it will. And so that is why the thought process is really very important, and what we take in and how we bless it, how we treat it is also very important. The other thing I was going to talk about is, as you think about food, I would talk about parasites. So parasites are real, and the reason for detox or cleanses is the fact that we wanted to get rid of a lot of parasites in the body. The parasites would actually make you feel really bad once you start detoxing and cleansing because they want to be retained in your system. And so I have tried a number of detoxes and cleanses such as the lemon cleanse and just a fruit juice and other cleanses. So as I was saying, consult with a specialist about this. But there are parasites that live in our body just because everything that we eat could potentially have parasites. Meat have parasites, vegetables have parasites, everything have parasites. So this is the other reason, apart from allowing for those to be removed from the body through cleanses and detoxes, that we also bless our food and we have a lot of consciousness the way we bring food into our system. So some of the things that you could actually have in your diet that help with parasites are cayenne pepper, ginger, garlic, noni, pumpkin, walnut, and a lot of veggies. So these natural food actually help us release a lot of parasites in the body, and if you want to come to a cleanse, then that's even better. But make sure that as you're coming off a cleanse, that you have a way to do that as well, that you just don't throw your body into a cleanse and then afterwards not eat anything or go back to your normal diet. You need to have a proper coming into the detox, pre-detox, detox, and post-detox period as well that you take care of. So we have already spoken about energy and emotions, but did you know that you're carrying a lot of this in your body, and especially in your aches and pains, and then the diseases that you have in your body? So not a lot of you might know this, but whenever we feel angry or resentful, that actually harms our liver and our kidney. So if you have some Chinese medicine background, you would know this because your doctor might have shared this with you, family members have shared this with you. Whenever you feel sorrow or heartbreak, it literally affects your lungs and your heart. And then also other kinds of emotions that are just really negative affect the entire organ. It's how you deal with it and how you treat it. And so I would suggest later on we're going to do some affirmations right before we end class. We end the talk. I feel I'm in a class. That we just say affirmations about our food and about this entire hunt and gather event, right? We're coming here, we want the best for our nutrition and fitness, and so I say we affirm it, we actuate it, we manifest it, we make it happen, right? So before we end the talk, let's make that happen. And the last one I have is move. So to move the life force in the body is very important because otherwise you're just going to be stagnant and really the weight is not going to release. So you need to have more organic ways of doing this, whether it's walking, brisk walking, running, or all sorts of different exercises. I would recommend yoga to begin with, especially in the beginning, slow yoga, which is yin, and then moving on to more dynamic types of yoga. But any type of exercise or movement that you feel is really benefiting you and is really helping you release that weight, make it consistently happen and do that, and it will really help. So I am actually going to pause here because you might think, oh, you know, there's this really skinny girl talking about weight release, and it doesn't just resonate with me. Because, yeah, she said that she was overweight at some point in her life, but it's not real. I don't feel it. You know, I need something more real. So I'm going to invite one of our students and one of our ambassadors at Yoga Plus. His name is McRae Vanderlip, and he's going to talk about his experience about yoga and his weight release journey. So give it up for McRae.
Thank you, Teacher Jayme, for that introduction. So when Teacher Jayme invited me or asked me to give my sharing about my yoga journey, at first I was hesitant because I realized that I've been practicing yoga for more than for 1 year and 3 months, and I'm not so sure whether I can already tell my story now. But I just just gave an affirmation to myself that, hey, I want to inspire people, so let's go for this. Yan. Okay. So back then, this was me. So you can see how big I am, and I might as well fit in that picture because I look like a pregnant man. But I really hate myself that. But I know I love eating, and I started gaining weight when I was in high school. My mother fed me well that I wanted to eat a lot, and that's where I started to gain a lot of weight. So I love sweets. And I love posing in camera, but I know I don't feel good in the camera, so I don't face you. Hi. And look at this. I have a perfect backdrop when I was in Singapore, but looking at myself, uh, I'd rather I'd rather shoot the background than focus on me. I don't like seeing myself back then. Can you imagine this? Those numbers. Sometime in 2012, a pizza company um, made a promo, unlimited number of slices of pizza. Those are the number of slices of pizza that I can eat during that time. And I'm very proud. But look at me. I'm still a big guy compared to them. Obviously, this is at my place of work. We're having a party, but my office mates, they look so well. And I'm the most visible person because, well, I'm still a big guy. So during this period of my life, I felt that, hey, yeah, I'm actually, well, I feel good. I still feel good about myself, but when I face myself in the mirror, do I really feel good about myself? I look at, I touch every part of my body. I touch my head. I touch my heart. Deep in my heart, I know I'm not. I really don't feel good at all. Because I know I'm longing for something, something that will change my life. I know I had bad experiences of being a big guy, being a fat person. Like when I was crossing the street, some vehicles would stop by and say, "Hey, you're a fat guy." So me, I was in a state of denial, but yeah, he's right. And I haven't taken any action back then. So until I said to myself, one day, I need to stop, I need to put a stop on gaining weight. But the question is, how? How will I stop gaining weight? How will I start managing my weight? How will I start making a difference to myself? Right? I'm a PhD student at one of the universities here in Manila. And then come January 20, 2015, Yoga Plus opened its, well, they have a creative concept for Yoga Plus and they call it Yoga Plus Express. So it actually caters a lot of programs for students and for people like us who are situated in Manila because I'm working in Manila. And my encounter with Yoga Plus was by accident. Why? Because we had a visitor in our office whom I accompanied to the grand opening, and I realized that, hey, she encouraged me to buy a 1 week package. So for me, I'm not sure if I'm going to buy, but just to accommodate her request, I said yes. And yeah, I took my first class, my first week of classes, and then suddenly I stopped. Why? Because after that 1 week, I realized that, hey, I still need time for myself. And like what Jamie said, you need some time for detox, for your body to really absorb everything that you've done for that week. But then, during the time, for a, I was assigned for a provincial field work. And then during that field work, I realized that I was longing for the mat. And so my realization was maybe yoga was for me. So why not give it a try? So after coming back from Davao, I went back to Manila. I took my next package. I enrolled for the next set of classes. And I started to enjoy it. But little did I know, something is happening. I realized that yoga is not just about poses. Although it's very important, the teachers would really guide you on how to properly align yourselves, how to compose yourselves while inside the hot room, how to manage yourself while doing a lot of dynamic poses. But it's more than that. For me, yoga is about kindness. Yoga is about showing to your body how much you love your body, and how will you do your best to love your body more. It's also a way of showing compassion to other people, the people whom you practice with, because I find I find that when you practice in a class, you will realize that you have different struggles, but yeah, you have the same goal, and you want to make the difference for yourselves so that you can inspire each other. It's also about mindfulness. It's about being aware of what you can do and what are your limitations. It was during the time when I realized that you just have to focus on your strengths, but then that should not limit you to overcome whatever limits that you have. And then lastly, it's about letting go of things that doesn't help or does no longer serve you. Like, naturally, when people ask me, did you shift to a vegan diet after practicing yoga? Did you started or you started focusing on healthy food? I answered, well, yoga helped me to make it more organic, more natural. But I couldn't say that I'm a vegan yet. But I started to gain awareness of showing compassion to animals by committing myself to eat a meal only full of vegetables only for that day. So those are just some of the simple ways that you can show that you are more compassionate, and then you let go of everything that doesn't serve you, like eating a lot. So you can only take whatever your body needs, but anything in excess, you have to let go. So I am very proud. Well, this was my one of my challenging poses. So I did this on last April last year. My first happy baby. My first warrior tree. Yan. Well, I was able to do this very nice triangle during the Halloween special. That's my first, how do you call this? The wild thing. That was my birthday pose. And I managed to sneak in a standing bow. Of course, my standing bow is not yet that perfect, but yeah, just keep on practicing. You learn to be patient because for me, every yoga class imbibed me the importance of patience and discipline and the ability to work hard and just push yourself to the limits. But of course, you have to have that awareness of listening to your body up to what your body can do. One of my accomplishments this year, after 1 year and 2 months, I was able to do my first camel pose. I can reach my ankles already. And yeah, and it's very emotional right now because what I love about the yoga community in Manila is that it's an all-embracing and no-judgment community. I felt that in the studio where I'm practicing, Yoga Plus Express for me is not just a studio. For me, it is a community and it's a family where I felt that I truly belong. So these are my friends who inspire me a lot, my teachers, and the people the friends whom I encouraged to practice yoga with me for the very first time after convincing them for so long. And we're also having fun doing the goddess pose. And I also took in some opportunity to help to model for Yoga Plus Express in some of their collaterals. But yes, in yoga, I experienced more weight release. But it's more than that. And I'm very happy that I was able to do my, I was very happy to do my very first wheel pose last Monday. Last Monday, I was able to lift my head finally. And I cried after that class because I knew I've been practicing this pose for a long time. And then finally, when the teacher asked us to do this pose, I don't know, but my body told me, just do it. And then all of a sudden, my body started to lift itself, lift on its own. And there. And I'm very happy about it. Because this one, in 2015, this is who I am. A year after, this is me. And it's a product of patience, and perseverance, and a supportive community. And now I currently signed as one of the Yoga Plus Express ambassadors. Thank you, Miss Dina, for for believing in me. And I could say at the end of it all, at the end of this, yoga changed my life one class at a time. Therefore, I would say that yoga will change your life too. Just make that decision to step on the mat. That's all.
Thank you, McRae, for your very inspiring, motivating story. It's so heartwarming. So I would like for us to close with just coming back to our center. So I would say, let's get into a seated position where we're feeling really comfortable seated down. Both of our feet are down all the way on the floor. And feel your hips really firmly grounded and centered on the chair. And you can move your hips forward and back and side to side, just finding that grounding, and then allow for the spine to be very strong. So we're going to do some affirmations to help you with your journey towards being your perfect weight. And then also allowing for this event to really make a difference in your life by taking it internally through the power of your thoughts, through the power of your emotions, and through the power of the consciousness of what you take in into your body, your attitude, your beliefs, and everything. So begin to close your eyes right now, and then relax the head, the shoulders, and the neck. Move the chin in a little bit to also relax the back of the neck. So begin to close your eyes and really feel the centering and the grounding on the floor. And then begin to breathe in and out through your nose, really very calmly, rhythmically. And then just feel that even if you're in the middle of a mall, you have peace. Even if you are seated in the middle of all these shopping places, you are calm. And you are blissful. And maybe you visualize that you're in your favorite place and you're really enjoying yourself and just having that peace and blissful and very calm moment. And now I would like for you to affirm mentally, if this is something that resonates with you, that you are strong. Affirm, I am strong. I am strong. I am strong. And really feel that you are strong. Affirm that you are healthy. I am healthy, I am healthy, I am healthy. And really feel that you are healthy from the top of your head, your heart, all the way into the soles of the feet, that you are healthy, you're becoming healthy. Every single day of life, you are becoming healthier and healthier. And lastly, let's affirm, I am happy. I am happy. I am happy. Continue breathing in and out through your nose, and then feel all these affirmations to be true in your life. Feel that you're manifesting them in your life, and that everything around you is creating situations in your life that allow for you to be these things. Strong, happy, and healthy. Strong, happy, and healthy. And then begin to open your eyes when you feel comfortable, opening your eyes in your next exhale. Hello, welcome back. So how does everyone feel? Great. Awesome. So that is what we would like to share with you all, that weight release is a holistic approach. We start with our thoughts, our emotions, our energy, moving into our physical environment, the food that we deal with, the supplements, and then also the exercises that we do, whether it's capoeira, Pilates, yoga, whatever it is it takes us there. But it's holistic, and we need to do it all together and not just focus on one area or another. And holistically, that could really help you in your journey of reaching or achieving your perfect weight. Thank you. Thanks so much. Do we have any question? Do we have any time for questions? Any questions? Anything you want to know? Happy Mother's Day. By the way, that's my baby. We do yoga together. So you could also do yoga with your babies. I'm actually going to do a baby yoga session right over there in the activity center after this. Any questions, or is there anything that you want to know? No? Everyone's shy? Come on. Any questions? No?
I just want to know what age you recommend to start yoga.
You could do it at any age. That's the beauty of it. So we do baby yoga from we're a few weeks old all the way to till the end of life. There is no age, just come. We accept everyone. So as McRae said, everybody, every type of person, whatever age is accepted. So it's really welcoming, and everyone could do it. We have very gentle yoga types, and we have more dynamic and more strenuous and stronger ones. But everyone, every yoga type is different depending on what you need. So that is offered as well. So we would just encourage you to try a session. Just come in and just feel it out and see if it is for you. But yeah, it's a very inclusive environment. So we have students from ages from when they're young all the way into when they're seniors. So we definitely welcome everyone. Any other questions? Any? No? No? No. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate it. Namaste.